Hey guys, Nick Ogilvie here with TurfedOut, and today we got a return guest here, Wes with TailorMade Grass. It's going to be a great show. Stay tuned, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Hey guys, and we are live here. I'm gonna bring Wes to the stage. Hey Wes, how's it going?
Hey Nick, good. How you doing? Good to be back.
Yes. I'm glad to have you back. So let's kind of tell everybody about TailorMade Grass and what it's about and stuff, so that if they didn't hear it the first time.
Okay, so TailorMade Grass is obviously a synthetic turf company, and what separates us from all the others out there is we have some unique technology that allows us to make a 100% recyclable product that also performs as good or better than any urethane product out there. So that's the shortest version of what makes us special. And we have a big product line we can talk about as well.
Okay, great, awesome. So I think the last time I talked to you, I installed just a little bit of the TailorMade Grass, and since then we've done 14,000 square foot job with, let's take this back. We've installed 20,000 square foot for a kid facility in Lubbock, Texas for that. And then we also did a job here in Dallas, Texas, or Plano, 14,000 square foot yard, residential. And I mean, to tell you, it's amazing how awesome the product is. So, yeah.
Were your installers able to tell the difference in how it's a little bit lighter and easier to work with?
Oh yeah, it was great. So they brought it in, and it's funny. It started from the Southeastern freight driver. He goes, "This is artificial turf. I can actually move it." And I said, absolutely. So, I mean, we had to cut and he saw, he's like, I've never seen anything like it. And I said, no, you haven't. And so then the guys, they take it back there. And not only is it lighter, but it's easier to cut, and you don't run through as many blades. Yeah. It's just
another benefit. We're able to save roughly 20% on the weight and still get you the same face weight. And yeah, as long as you have a sharp blade, it cuts right through it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I will tell you also, it was a hot day out there installing that, and no wrinkles.
Yeah,
that was nice. You get some turf out there with the urethane, and you'll get wrinkles as you're installing. You got to kick them out as you're going, and no problem at all.
Yeah, we've got really good dimensional stability. So that's
yeah. So it was impressive. And then during the install came torrential rainfall. And so what was pretty cool about that is the customer not only wants, we showed him the drainage. We put a piece of turf up to a water hose and watched it come out the other side. But whenever it actually rained, as we were doing the install, he could see it working and watch the water go to the drains at the other end of the yard. So it was really seeing is believing, and he was really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but so let's kind of go through some of these turfs. I've got the PP50, the Play 50 here, and just kind of tell us about this turf.
So that's our Pinnacle Play 50. That product we are getting IPEMA certified right now. IPEMA's already been to our facility and done their audit here. So we're just finalizing the test reports back for IPEMA to get that IPEMA certified. But yeah, we've been using that product for playgrounds for a while now and had great success with it. So I think once we get this IPEMA certification, it should really help us be able to push it for commercial and government projects.
Yeah, I think so too. And I like that you have slip film built into it.
Yeah.
Talk about durability. I mean, this thing it's a monster.
Well, yeah. I mean, the slip film is a sports yarn, so it's going to take a beating. And we've still got the thatch in there, so it gives it a little bit more of a realistic look. And obviously, anytime you're installing a slip film, the first thing people see, like when they look at that sample, is it looks like big blades and it looks like, but as it breaks in and as you install it and as it gets wear, it just looks better and better.
It does. It does. It's unbelievable. And so the next product is, I want to talk about this one, the Cali 73.
Oh yeah.
Because this thing, when I installed this at a guy's house here in Highland Park area in Dallas, I literally had people calling me and say, "When did you switch to sod?" And I'm like, "This is not sod. This is the real deal."
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah,
it's that little bit of tan in the face made a big difference. I mean, it was when we first made it, it was like, okay, when you looked at it, a hand sample version, like what you're showing, it looks like it has a lot of tan in it, which is going to be hard to tell when you're looking at it on a camera. But
yeah,
when you're just looking at a rag sample, it's kind of like, well, that looks like it's got a lot of tan. That's going to look weird. But once it's installed, man, it is the most natural looking product, I think, that we make. And, it just takes somebody installing it once to go, and then looking at it in a whole lawn, and you're like, wow, that looks really, really natural.
Oh yeah, I mean, the customer was so happy. They wanted to do their whole front yard, but obviously the HOA wouldn't allow that. But I mean, that's how excited they were. They're like, I don't care about the price. This is magnificent. It looks great. Well, let's do the front. So unfortunately,
it's becoming one of our top. I mean, it's probably our number 2 seller right now, and it may overtake the other. Our 60-ounce product was our number 1 seller. Probably still is at the moment, but it was just. I really think it was just people getting over looking at the sample versus installing it. As soon as it's installed, it sells itself. And the best way to sell this particular product is to tell somebody to drive by and go see it somewhere. Because when you see it installed, you're like, oh yeah, I want that for sure. But yeah, I mean, it has quickly become a favorite.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the drainage of y'all's turf.
Yeah. So, I mean, we are well over 1,000 inches an hour. So, you got, obviously the recyclability is an important thing to us. The fact that the entire product is recyclable. And I don't mean like downcycled, like some people talk about where they say their product's recyclable, but it's not really recycled. It's downcycled. It's put into another product that can't be recycled. Ours is 100% polyolefin. This can be repelletized and put back into a plastic product. And so long as they don't use a non-recyclable product when they make the next product, that product could be recyclable.
That's awesome.
But yeah, our drainage is something special. So it's a big difference maker on performance. Dimensional stability helps us with performance. Our existing version that we've been promoting is this version, but for the pet side, I'm gonna show you something new.
Okay.
We've got a new backing that has this 5-pick action back on it that's going to drain even better, and we've lost no performance attributes at all. So we're going to start rolling that out for pet turf first, and then it may go on to other products as well, just to give it even more advanced drainage. Because the only thing about this that throws people off, and I'm just going to be completely candid, is it drains over 1,000 inches an hour. But this is a flat surface on the back, which is, great for gluing, great for installing. But when water passes through, there's static tension that'll hold a little bit of moisture on the back of this. And people, they flip it up and they go, oh, well, did it drain at all? Is it absorbing it? Where's that water coming from? It's like, no, that's 100% polypropylene. Like, it's not absorbing anything. That's static tension. So for those pet folks that are really concerned about urine hanging on, okay, problem solved. We'll put this in the bag.
100%. So that's where I'm gonna go to next. Because this is my favorite probably. I'll tell you a funny story. I hadn't told you this. So when I first got a sample of this, is it like a 10 by 10 sample or whatever? I took my tractor over this.
Okay.
And I mean, I turned the wheel, the whole thing, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, it's just amazing. It really was. And my wife was like, this truly is like carpet for a yard. It's beautiful. I want it.
And you're talking about the MP60 product, which is it's a little bit shorter. It was originally designed to be a non-infilled commercial pet product. They wanted the ability to be able to wash or even pressure wash through it and be able to flush everything through. And if they had infill in it, well, the infill is going to go everywhere. So in a commercial commercial pet application, they're like, what's the easiest thing to clean? Well, something that doesn't have infill in it is the easiest thing to clean. So that's really where this product design came from. But once the product was built, is like, okay, well, what else can this product be good for? And, we've put it through wear testing and tried to destroy it. And it wears better than anything. I mean, we put it through 20,000 cycles or something on the test report, and it was still completely intact with no infill in it. And I'm like, okay, well then, that's why we named it MP60 multi-purpose, because this is going to be a great commercial courtyard product that can take tons of foot traffic. This can be a commercial pet product. This can be a playground product. This can be used for so many different things. Heck, this could be used for indoor sports. We could turn around and put a 5 mil foam pad on this and turn it into an indoor sports product. So yeah, this product was another one of those kind of like we didn't know how great it was going to be, kind of like the Cali product until we had it, until it's made, and it's like, wow, this is going to be great for a lot of things.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so in the past 20 years, I've installed these pet facilities, multifamily, a lot more so call me back and say, well, it stinks, it does this, it does that. And it's because the maintenance guy, no one understands, they take the power washer exactly like you said. And so now they don't have a product that can withstand it and stand straight up. So now everything's getting trapped, and it will wear out super fast. It will stink. It will. Whereas with these fibers standing straight up, it allows for more drainage.
Yeah, and when we add our backing to a product that's this durable, now it's flowing through like crazy, and it's dealing with the wear and tear. Yeah, it's a great product.
It's absolutely great. So now I want to I'm going to add this here to the that y'all just posted to Facebook, and I kind of want to just go over this project with me.
Yeah, so this is we've done a handful of fields so far. I think all of them have been football, soccer type fields. This is our first baseball field, and this is going into Michigan. We have a customer that sold this job and is doing the install, and it's just beautiful. I mean, they wanted an alternating panel look. They wanted that mode look, and there's people out there that do bigger contrast, and we like the subtle, and we think this thing turned out really beautiful. It's 160,000 feet or something. It's a pretty big field. They did the bullpens and everything, and it's still in that, it's still being installed in that image, but we'll be posting some final images when it's done. It still has a logo that's going behind home plate, and a little bit more finishing touches, but man, that thing's going to be gorgeous. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, and I want everybody to know that you can custom make, just like your logo says, tailor made.
Sure.
This or that, you can make it.
Yeah, and of the 5 or 6 fields we've made, only 2 or 3 of them were the same spec. So the baseball field was a different spec than the last field we did, and the 2 fields before that were a different spec than that one. So yeah, I mean, we have the capability. We have the Tufted machines. We got another Tufted machine that's about to deliver in 2 weeks. That'll give us even more capability. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot we can't do. We can make just about any spec that anybody could want. So pile heights, face weights, whatever. If the yarn, we'll use the yarns that are available, that are out there. I mean, right now we're using a lot of Matex yarn for our sports side. But yeah, I mean, we can build. If there's a spec that needs to be hit, we can do it.
That's awesome. And I want to go back to the. I'm gonna leave this picture up right now for just a second, and go back to the recycling of this field, because that is a lot of turf.
For sure. Yeah.
And here in the next couple of years, and not just 10 years down the road, it's in the next couple of years. If this person is to be, say, tear this field out in 10 years, whatever, because they want to revamp it, they'll be able to, for a much, much cheaper rate than if they used another back turf.
For sure. Well, I mean, look, at some point the government's going to say enough with putting 100,000 square feet of turf in landfills. And look, Europe already did it. Europe said in 2030, floor coverings can't go in the landfill anymore, and that includes turf. So, the U.S. isn't going to be too far behind that. I mean, it's already happening. It's already going to start happening just based on cost alone. It's not even going to be because somebody told you need to have a recyclable. It's going to be because the landfill cost is so great. If there's any option to not put it in the landfill, it's going to be more cost effective to do something else with it. And, us having a recyclable product, we're a little bit ahead of our time here in the United States because there's not much of that going on. But yeah, I mean, you'll be able to fully recycle this back into another plastic product. We can repelletize it and make another product out of it.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And that's truly going to save not only the artificial turf industry, I believe, but it will also save thousands, because it's such a big field, save thousands of dollars to the end customer down the road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the most common thing they do right now is they repurpose it or they downcycle it. So it's either they're going to rip out that field and they're going to try to find a bunch of paintball facilities or batting cages or, something that they don't care to have used turf and they want it cheap, and it'll get one more life cycle before it ends up in the landfill. Or, or if they're, if it's one of the, some of my competitors are downcycling and they're taking those products and they're grinding them up and making another product that's not recyclable, but they're able to get one more life out of it before it's gone. And our hope is that, this never ends up in a landfill. It should not, however many cycles down, so long as you don't mix the pellets that are made with this with something that's not recyclable, well, then the next product you make should be recyclable too. So, we're doing all we can to do our part to make sure that our product is recyclable and we can keep things out of the landfill.
I love it. I love it. So, tell us a little bit, I guess, tell us the process of ordering from you guys and stuff like that, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So, our orders email address is just orders@tailormadegrass.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of us because there's several people that are watching that email address.
Okay.
And if somebody wants to just email in orders@tailormadegrass.com, then they're going to get a response and they can get a customer setup packet and they can be set up in no time. I mean, it's literally that simple. Send an email in, tell us where you are and who you are and that sort of thing. And then samples would go out and pricing and information and marketing materials and all that sort of thing. So pretty simple. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I want everybody watching, if it was the athletic part you like the best, the kids, the playground, the pets, whatever, they'll send you a sample. They're not afraid to send out a sample.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the business, right? To send out a sample, because seeing is believing. And once you see their product, and I want y'all to compare it to another product. I do. And I want you to put it underneath the kitchen sink. I do, because it is, seeing is believing. It's beautiful. And like I said, if you want to see all of their products, Wes is not afraid to send out all the products and let you see it. So
that's right.
Anything else that you want to say before we close out?
Not that I can think of right now. I mean, we're excited about this IPMA certification, and once we have that out, we think that'll help customers go win jobs that require that. We are making a push on the sports field side, so we're working on trying to build systems together with pad suppliers and that sort of thing to try to get a system put together for what we would just call a standard field product. But again, you spoke to the fact that we can make whatever. So if somebody has a spec that they want to go do, or they want us to help them build something different, we have the capability. We can go do that.
100%. I would urge any sports builder watching this and stuff like that, at least give TailorMade the opportunity to go and compete to see what the pricing is. I mean, I think you'll be shocked.
Well, we're going to separate them, right? I mean, 99% of what's out there is urethane backed and not recyclable. So if somebody wants to set themselves apart from their competition, well, we got something that'll help them do that.
Exactly. Well, Wes, thanks, man. I appreciate it very much for coming back on here. It's been awesome.
Thank you, Nick.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.